Alright, so this is going to be my palette collection. Right now, I have all of my palettes stored in this, like, Christmassy organizer. I got it at Christmas time. I believe it came with ornaments in it and all that good jazz. But I originally had them in a CD organizer, and I got too many palettes, and I had nowhere to put them, so I just dumped the ornaments into our ornament box, and I used this for... I just decided to use it for my palettes. So I just got them all organized not really by any particular thing. I just kind of have them organized, just organized right like that. The reason why you're not really able to see anything is because my room is like trashed right now. We were in the process of moving and all of that good stuff, so like the room is just trashed. So yeah, we're just going to get started, and we'll start with my bigger palettes. So this right here is the BH Cosmetics Contour and Blush Palette. I think there's 2 of these. I'm not 100% certain. These range, I think, about $14 on the BH website. 2 of these, and they range $12. I have number 2, I believe. No, I have number 1. This is number 1. Number 2 is mainly just... number 2 isn't like... In my opinion, it's like a bunch of really, really, really like deep and warm shades. If you here, let me turn my brightness down so you can see that. It's just a bunch of really deep and warm shades, as you can see. And this is like cooler. They're warm, but they're not really at the same time. So you got 2 blushes right here, some highlights, and some contour shades. And I think this is a really nice palette, especially for $12. It's really nice. It's a little bit powdery, but the pigmentation is really good. I mean, look at that. Like, the pigmentation is extremely good on these. So, yeah. It's a really nice palette. It's really nice. So, the next palette, I actually have 2 of these. This is the 28 Ultimate Lips Color Lipstick Palette from BH Cosmetics, and I think these are also around $12. I will, again, check, because I just want to make sure that, you know, I'll link all of these palettes down below if I can. And, in case you want to get them. These are really good. Yeah, the lipstick palettes are $12 each, and I have both of them, but this is just the original lipstick palette. You've got your nudes, your pinks, your reds, your oranges, your purples, just some really nice shades in here, and they're really creamy. Some of them are more pigmented than others. This red right here is my absolute favorite red. What, baby? My son is on the bed behind me. But this red is my favorite red, and I do not like reds on me at all, but I really like that red. But yeah, this palette's really nice, and it's really good for like a makeup artist to have in your kit or for traveling. Bless you! Along the lipstick palette thing, I also have the 28 Nude palette, which is just a whole bunch of nudes. Pink nudes, brown nudes, gray nudes, peach nudes. Any kind of nude that you want is in this palette, and this one's my favorite. Like, the pigmentation is just phenomenal on these. Like, they're really good. Like, look at that. These are... Yeah! And they smell really good too. But the pigmentation on these is really good, and they wear pretty decently. However, they are really creamy, so they don't last as long. The next palette that I have is the BH Cosmetics 28 Foil Eyeshadow Palette, which is starting to become really like raved about. And it is missing a shade because it fell out, but I have this shade in another palette that I'll show you in a minute. I popped it in that palette. But this palette is so beautiful. It is all... I want to say shimmery, but they're like a lot more than just shimmer. Look at that. Like, the pigmentation on these is insane. I love BH Cosmetics, but these are gorgeous, especially under a white base to help them stand out more. These are beautiful. Very easily blended. You've got a nice mix of highlights here. These were more like gray tone colors. These were purples, blues, greens, and yellows, and then your neutral shades over here. So beautiful. But you will, if you want to take this traveling, you will have to dip into another palette just because there are no matte shades in here. This is my 28 Coastal Scents eyeshadow palette. Now, this shadow right here on the end was in the BH Cosmetics Foil eyeshadow palette. However, it fell out, and it was the right size for these, so I just stuck it in there. And luckily, it was a little bit bigger, so it kind of like stuck down in there because it wasn't magnetic. But this palette is just all of the Coastal Scents from here, like, minus this one, they're all Coastal Scents Hot Pots because they had a sale not too long ago where all the Hot Pots were 99 cents, and even the palettes were on sale, like the stuff you put them in. So I got 27 shades. I meant to get 28, but the one that I got, like, I think it was like Midnight Rodeo or Midnight Cowboy or something like that, it was out of stock. But these shadows are stunning. I'll show you my favorite shade, which is this one right here. These are beautiful. And they're like really good quality too. Like these mattes right here, most of these are matte right here. Really nice. Now these, when they're not on sale, I think these are $1.99 for the Hot Pots, and for the palette, I think it's about, I want to say $14, but that might have been what I paid for this, the palette, during the sale. I'm not 100% certain. I'll link it down below. I'll do the link for the Hot Pots, not necessarily these colors, but just the Hot Pots in general, like their page. And then you can go and look through and create your own palette, and I'll also link the palette down below as well. Pulling on the BH Cosmetics trend, because BH Cosmetics is literally some of my favorite, they have some of my favorite eyeshadows out there. This is the very first BH Cosmetics palette that I got, and one of the very first palettes that I owned. I've always owned like eyeshadow and single shadows and stuff like that, or like little quads or whatever, but this was the first palette that I've ever owned, and this is the Galaxy Chic palette from BH Cosmetics. Look at this palette, you guys. This palette is so stunning. Cosmic and Saturn are literally like my favorite shades. These swatches will not even do them justice. Like, oh, they're baked eyeshadows, and they look so beautiful wet and under a white base, which NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk makes these shadows stand out so well. I love all these shadows. If you hear anything in the background, I'm sorry, it's just my son. But this sun shade right here, it fell out, it broke, and I'm so sad because I love it so much. But I highly recommend this palette. It's, again, all shimmery shades, but so beautiful and so nice to have in your collection. And I mean, the packaging is really cute too. This is not an eyeshadow palette, but it is a contour palette, and this is the NYX contour kit. Shan XO raves about this palette, and I absolutely love it. Seriously, this palette is so nice. Like, you've got all of your highlights and setting powders like up here, and you got all your contour shades down here. I absolutely love this palette. Definitely worth the money. Very pigmented, easily blendable, all good jazz. The next palette is an e.l.f. palette, and this is the e.l.f. Artistry eyeshadow palette. And I believe that this palette is, a dupe for, or not dupe, but like it's similar to the Urban Decay Vice palettes. And that is just what it looks like there. The shades are okay. I think I just got it because, I don't know why, I like the colors. It's a very mix of colors. I mean, they're nice. They swatch well. They blend well. But I don't see myself reaching for this often, but it's worth the $20 that it goes for. This goes for $20, and I would definitely say that it is worth the $20. Just, it's not something that I kind of regret buying it just because I'm not going to really use it that much. And then the next palette I'm going to show you is a newer buy, and this is the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. And I can honestly say that I love the highlights in here. I'm just not too keen on the shadows just because I have like 1,010,000 other shadows like this. But the shadows are nice quality. They're very nice, nicely pigmented, nicely blendable. This shade right here is stunning, this gold. So pretty. It kind of reminds me of Half Baked by Urban Decay. And you're not going to be able to see that because like I have a window like right over on my right shining in, and but these shades are nice nonetheless. So if you're a beginner and you're wanting a nice palette, this is really nice. I just don't see myself using this. I ordered this on accident. It was in my cart when I went to order one of the palettes I'm going to show you in a minute, and I didn't realize that it was in my cart, and I had it in my cart because I needed to show somebody that BH Cosmetics took PayPal, and I had to add something random. No. So I added it, and then I didn't realize it until after I had ordered the other palette that I ordered this one too. So I didn't really want this palette, but like I said, I love the highlighters. I especially love these two highlighters right here. The next palette I have is this e.l.f. 28 color shadow palette thing. I don't remember what these are called. I think this is like the Studio Pro Mini or something like that. Really nice neutral shades. They're nice. They're decently pigmented. They're nice quality. I just don't reach for this as often as I probably should, but I do like these shades. And then the next palette in this row is one that I have been waiting for forever, and I'm so happy that I finally have my hands on it. And this is the BH Cosmetics Shan XO palette. Shan XO is my favorite YouTuber ever. She has gotten me through so much. I've been watching her since I was pregnant with my daughter. I watched her after I miscarried, and she made me smile. So I'm really happy I have this palette. I literally got up late so I could buy this palette. But it's just got 9 eyeshadows and 9 lipsticks, and this red right here is my life. Like, literally, this red is life. And I also like this red. However, oranges just don't look good on me. So, okay, that's more of an orange than a red. But oranges don't look good on me, so I probably won't ever wear that. But it's a nice palette nonetheless, and I really do like the eyeshadow colors. This eyeshadow here is literally the color that I use so much on my lids. It's like a dark, I want to say almost like a pink, but not really. Like, I'll swatch it next to the more pink color in here, but it's so nice, and I love wearing shadows like that. It's very similar to my Coastal Scents Hot Pot right here. I think this is in Mai Tai, but I'm not 100% certain. But I really like this palette. I love the packaging, and I'm such a huge supporter of Shannon, and I love this palette. I cannot rave about it enough, even though I don't go for warm tone shadows that much. Now we're going to move on to my higher end palettes. I only have 4 high-end palettes, and then the rest are, 5 high-end palettes, and then the rest are like cheapy drugstore palettes. So this is the Kat Von D Interstellar palette, and this was the second high-end palette I ever bought, and I love it. Like, I love it to death. Like, these shades give me life. That silver, this one right here, I think this is Moonshine, literally is my favorite silver of life. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I almost called you guys baby. I'm trying to text my husband right now. He's out shopping. But, seriously, love this palette for smoky looks. I know that's probably weird, but my smoky looks consists of grays and silvers and blacks. So this is right up my alley for smoky looks. Plus, the packaging. I mean, come on. The next one is another Kat Von D palette, and this is the infamous Shade Light Eye palette. I haven't had this very long, and I don't use it all that often, but I do like it when I do use it. I use these shades, like I use this as a highlight sometimes, I use it as a bronzer sometimes, and I use it as a blush. I mean, whatever. They're really nice colors, really nice transition shades and stuff like that. You can take this with you. If I was taking this foil eyeshadow palette with me, I would most likely take this palette with me, just because there is an array of neutrals in here that would go well with pretty much anything. And then I also have my Naked 2 by Urban Decay, and I had the fakes for these that my husband got me on Amazon. He thought they were real, bless his heart. But yeah, so I bought the real one finally, and I gave the fakes to my sister-in-law. But I love that shade right there. Half Baked is gorgeous. But I love this palette. I have really no interest in getting Naked 3, and I might get Naked 1 here eventually, but I'm really happy with this one nonetheless. I don't use it as often as I should, just because there aren't enough transition colors, but I do have another palette that I can dip into when I want to use this. My favorite palette of all time, literally, you guys have no idea, is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar, the original. I love this palette so much. This was my first high-end palette. It smells so good. Creme Brulee is my favorite gold, besides Half Baked, and Milk Chocolate is my favorite transition color. I love. Oh, and this is my favorite highlight, like ever, my inner corner highlight. This is, what is this? This is a chocolate champagne truffle. Seriously, I love this palette. This palette, in my opinion, is a must-have for your collection. If you're considering getting this one or one of the other, like the chocolate bonbons or the semi-sweet, get this one, just because this one, this is the palette that I reach for over anything else. Like, I seriously, if I don't know what I want to do for a look, I reach for this, just because it's just, I don't know what it is about it. And oh my god, the smell. The smell is so good. The next palette that I have is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush palette. This is in Sugar and Spice, and this is what it looks like right here. It's got 6 matte blushes and one highlight, one shimmery baked highlight, and one shimmery baked blush. These are really nice neutral blushes. You're okay, baby? He's getting pissed off. These are really nice neutral blushes, and that highlighter is stunning. I absolutely love it. They're very pigmented, like very good quality for what they are, and you're not going to be able to see that because I swatched it over lipstick, but really nice quality, and I really do highly recommend Makeup Revolution. That's my first thing from them. I've got this Secret Lace eyeshadow palette that I got for Christmas, and the pigmentation on this isn't that great. However, I do use this when I want like a lower pigmentation, more natural look. Like this blue here is actually really pretty, this turquoisey blue. But the rest, They're okay. My husband got this for me for Christmas. They sell these at Walmart, so I might not be able to link these down below. But the pigmentation isn't that great, but, you know, it's a really nice palette nonetheless. Same goes for these two Color Workshop palettes here. I think this was called Spice. I'm not 100% certain. And then I think this one was called Romantic, but I'm not 100% certain. The names were on the boxes, but you've got your more neutral tone shadows here, and then your more pinky tone shadows here. These are really nice for what they are. They're really nice. They're actually decently pigmented. I got these again in a set around Christmas time, but I might be able to link these down below. In my opinion, these remind me of the Chi Chi palettes, but Chi Chi's obviously better. Shh, baby. Alright, 3 more palettes, and then I'm done, and hopefully my camera does not die before that. This is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. I adore this palette. This green right here and this duochrome shade are literally my favorite things of life. So pretty. There is no matte colors in here, but that's okay because the next palette I would just use with this. But I love this palette so much, and I can see why everybody loves it. They're amazing shadows for the price. These are like $5.99 at Dollar General. I don't know what they are anywhere else, but $5.99 at Dollar General, I mean, you can't really beat that. And then, like I said, this would be a good travel palette for if you're taking a bunch of shimmery, like a palette with all shimmer in it, would be the Naked Basics 2 or the Naked 2 Basics, whatever you want to say. I really like this palette so much. Like, these two shades right here are my favorite, especially this one. That one is Frisk. Frisk is like my favorite transition shade. It's all cool tones, and I love cooler tones on me because I have like a neutral undertone. So, really nice. And then the last palette, which I'm not even sure is a palette, it says it's a palette, it's more like a duo. This is the Wet n Wild Contour Palette in Dolce de Leche. Really nice. I use this under my eyes. I don't really use this as a setting powder or as a highlight. But this bronzer is so pigmented, so soft, so blendable. Not too orange on my pale skin. And it's really affordable. I think this is less than $5 at my Dollar General. I don't know what it is anywhere else, but it's really nice nonetheless, and I do highly recommend this if you were thinking about getting it. I think there are 2 shades, but I'm not 100% certain. Also, don't mind my nasty nails. Literally, I'm a mother. I cannot wear fake nails. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm really sorry I didn't show my face at all. Like, seriously, I look like crap right now. Mom life. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!